Hello? Hello? Hello guys, hello guys, hello guys, hello guys. Welcome back again sa ating YouTube channel, sa ating pagla-live stream mga ka-action, mga kakampeng. Kaya medyo na-late naman po tayo ng 5 minuto. Ayan, sa ganap na alas 10:50 dito sa Pilipinas, tayo po ay nag-on-air at mayroon na po tayong viewers na 5 milyon. Ayan, mega love shout out kay Sir Jess na nandito ng umagang kay ganda sa'yo, Sir Jess, watching from Acacia State, Taguig City. And then mega love shout out kay Sir Felix Ariha. Ayan, waiting and wala, nasaan ka na Batam? Ayan, nandito na ako, Sir Felix. Sir Felix, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning sa inyong lahat dyan. Lagi na lang late ang inyong host sa 2 milyon na nakatutok dyan. Mega love shout out po sa inyong lahat dyan. Mayroon pa tayong ilang minuto para mag-on-air ng inyong mga greetings at mabasa dito sa ating programa bago po tayo magtuloy-tuloy ng ating talagayan. Nag-isa. Ayan, comment na 6 million viewers in the house. Mega love shout out po sa inyong lahat dyan. Ayan, sa lahat po na nakatutok sa Facebook, mega love shout out po sa inyo. Pwede po kayo lumipat dito sa ating YouTube channel. Pindutin nyo lang po ang 3 dot sa taas at open YouTube browser. Mapupunta na ho kayo dito at makapag pa-shout out na po kayo ng inyong pangalan. Ayan, 8 million viewers in the house. Mega love shout out po sa inyong lahat dyan. Ayan, sorry kung lagi na lang late ang inyong host. Ayan, yun lang po lagi ang ato. Minsan lang tayo mag-advance. Ayan, mega love shout out sa 10 million viewers natin dyan. Mega love shout out po sa inyo dyan. Mag-comment na bago ho tayo magsimula. Nandito na rin si Litong Games. Ayan, good evening, the action man. Good evening, Sir Litong Games. Ayan, good morning. Shout out po dyan sa iyong lugar, sa iyong family. Ayan, saan ka man ngayon, sulok ng mundo, sana po ay nasa mabuti kang kalagayan kasama ang iyong family. Sa lahat po ng mga viewers natin, sana po ay nasa mabuti lang po kayong kalagayan saan man kayo sulok ng mundo. Alright, mayroon pa tayong ilang minuto. Mayroon pa tayong 7 minutes para magbasa-basa ng iyong mga comment yan bago ho tayo magtuloy-tuloy sa ating talakayan. Ayan, nagkape na ba ang lahat? Siyempre hindi kape ang dapat tanong dyan kung hindi nag-lunch na ba ang lahat? Andito na rin si Sir Al Olalia. Ayan, action man, good morning. Good morning din sa iyo, Sir Al Olalia. And then sa iyong family dyan, regards na lang, at sa iyong mga kapitbahay dyan sa kamansulok ng mundo. Ayan, sana nasa mabuti lang ho kayong kalagayan sa lahat ng mga viewers natin. Sir Jess, good morning, sabi ni Sir Al Olalia. Masabi si Sir Jess, ano ba naman to si The Action Man? Lagi na lang late. Lagi na lang talagang late tong The Action Man na to. Akala ko pa sa pangalan na The Action Man, nandyan lagi. Yung pala, laging late. 13 million viewers in the house. Mega love shout out po sa inyong lahat dyan. Ayan, Sir Jess, good morning po sa iyo, Sir Jess. Al Olalia, good morning. Sabi ni Sir Jess, 15 million viewers in the house. Mega love shout out po sa inyong lahat dyan. Mayroon pa tayong 5 minutes para magbasa-basa ng ating mga pumapasok ng mga minamahal na mga viewers. Ayan, Me and My Music, good morning. Sabi ni Sir Al Olalia, nandito na ba si Me and My Music? Baka nasa taas na po ha, hindi ko na nabakride. Okay, Me and My Music, kung nakikinig ka man dyan sa iyo, Sir, good morning po sa iyo dyan, sa iyong family. Salamat po sa pagatutok araw-araw dito sa ating programang The Action Man sa ating live streaming. Ayun. Ayan, alas 10:54 dito sa Pilipinas. Mayroon na tayong viewers na 18. Ayan, maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. Ayan, Bern Bibura, good morning. Sabi ni Sir Alalia. Sir Bern, good morning, good morning. Ayan, lalaki pala to si Sir Bern. Akala ko ito babae si Sir Bern, lalaki pala to. Sir Bern, good morning po sa iyo. Kung nakikinig ka man at masarap ang subo-subo mo dyan sa iyong pagkain sa lounge. Ayan, good morning po sa iyo, sir, ha? Ayan. Marami na ang comments sa itaas, action man, sabi ni Sir Jazz. Sir Jazz, ano ba mga comment niyan sa taas? Ayan, magbaback-ride nga ho tayo. Andito na rin si Ernesto Mostira. Ayan, may comment ba tayo, Sir Action Man? Mayroon po tayo na isi-share ko lang ho sa inyo. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Sir Ernesto. Good morning po sa iyo, sa iyong family. Saan ka man dito sa Pilipinas, sana po ay nasa mabuti ka pong kalagayan. Ayan, Robert Sartiga, good morning po. Good morning din po sa iyo, Sir Robert. Thank you for dropping by. Ayan, magbabasa nga ho tayo ng nasa taas ng mga comment. Ayan. Andito na nga si May and my music. Andito na sa taas. Ayan. Andito na rin si Ma'am Bern Bebora. Si Sir Bern Bebora. Ayan, nag-self-destruct na ang unit team ni Marcos di Sara Kim dahil sa kasakiman sa confidential at intel fund, sabi ni Sir Jess. Ayan, Bern Bebora, good morning. Ayan, binabasa ko lang ang back-ride, ha. Ayan, good morning, the action man watching from Acacia State, Taguig City, sabi ni Sir Jess. Ayan, nandito na rin si Montijo Vlog. Good morning din po sa iyo, Ma'am Montijo Vlog. Bern Bebora, ayan, kasabwat na si BBM, sabi ni Sir Bern Bebora. Ayan, mensahe ko sa Sara Kim, ibalik mo ang 125M. Hindi mo pira yan sa taong bayan yan, sabi ni Sir Bern Bebora. Andito na rin pala si Sir Antonio Isep. Good morning po, the action man. Good morning, Sir Antonio Isep. Ayan, nagbabakaride lang po ako, ha. Ayan, nandito na rin si Jen Kate. Ayan, si Jen Kate po, ito yun si Chilo Vlogs, ang aking girlfriend. Alright. Nandito na rin si Paul Sayer TV, waiting her. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Sir Paul. Alright. Praiselen Astigo. Alright, nabakride ko na, ha. Yeah. Andito na rin si Ma'am Gloria. Ayan. Sir Bern Bebora. Good morning. Andito na rin si Samboy Dalisar. Ayan, good evening sa iyo, Sir Samboy. Andito na rin si Ma'am Gloria Ojeda. Ayan, gandang umaga dyan, idol sa Pinas. Shout out sa lahat at sa family dyan sa Bicol. God bless po. Thank you, sabi ni Ma'am Gloria. Andito na rin si aking my love, si Chilo Vlogs. My love, good morning. Maraming salamat sa iyong pagatutok dyan kahit busy ka man sa trabaho. Ayan, maraming salamat sa iyong pa-member, ma'am. My love, ha, maraming salamat sa iyong pa-member dyan. Ayan, 1 month. Wow. Ayan, thank you ho. Much appreciated. Alright. Ayan, nandito na rin si Ma'am Nanaan TV. Ayan, tambay sir habang busy. Ayan, umaga na ba sa inyo dyan? Baka mamaya madaling araw pa. Kung madaling araw pa dyan, Ma'am Nanaan, matulog ka na muna, ha. Ayan, maraming salamat sa 34 million viewers in the house. Miguel, shoutout po sa inyo. Mayroon na lang ho tayong 1 minuto para magbasa-basa ng mga pumapasok na komente ng mga viewers. 34 million viewers in the house. Miguel, shoutout po sa inyo. Nandito na rin si Ma'am Shirley Andres. Ayan, mayong buntag din po sa iyo, Ma'am Shirley Andres. Anong puna, komento, bantay at matyaga natin sa kanila, andyan pa din sila at sinisimot pundo ng bayan. O. Kahit ano nga ho ang bantay natin, ganon pa rin. Pero sige lang ho, ha. Huwag po tayong mawalan ng pag-asa. Itong ating pagbunga nga, ito ay pag-ano lang naman na balaman nila na hindi ho tayo natutulog. Nagbabantay ho tayo sa kaban ng bayan. Sir Jace, Miguel, shoutouts sa family ni Chilo Vlogs. Ayan, Sir Leandres, me and the music, hello. Ayan, Sir Jace, binabati ka po ng aking minamahal dyan si Chilo Vlogs. Ma'am Rosalie Flores, ayan, good morning, action man watching in Taiwan. Miguel, shoutout po sa iyo, Ma'am Rosalie, at sa yung mga kasama dyan sa Taiwan. Paki-regards naman po, sana po ay nasa mabuti lang kayong kalagayan. Nandito na rin si Sir Arnold Ligaspi. Good morning po sa iyo, Sir Arnold Ligaspi. Ayan, good morning, good morning, good morning sa inyong lahat dyan. Alright. Sa hindi po ma-mention ang ating yung mga pangalan ha, mamaya ano po natin magpe-rewel lang tayo ha. Alright, para hindi ho tayo magtagal at makapagpahinga na po tayo at makapunta na po kayo sa inyong mga paboritong mga vlogger. Simulan na po natin ha. Simulan na po natin. Ayan, shoutout nga pala dyan sa aking family dyan sa Masbati at sa aking mga anak dyan, sa mga relatives, kapinsanan, may galab shoutout po sa inyo lahat dyan. Nandito na rin si Sir Fernando. Ayan, Vice Kuno Sara Tambayakyak. Sir Fernando, good morning po sa iyo dyan. Good morning, good morning. Ayan. Oh, ayan ha. Ayan, Ma'am Cheryl, morning, sabi ni Joel Vlogs. Ayan, Nanan, Miguel, shoutout, sabi ni Joel Vlogs. Ayan, maraming salamat, my love, sa iyong pag-entertain dyan sa ating mga minamahal na viewers, ha. Ayan. Alright, simulan na ho natin. Ito po ay si dating Barry Gutierrez, na kung saan siya po ay dating ni Attorney Lenny Robredo, parang tagapagsalita, tagapagsalita during campaign. Ito po ay may mensahe din siya kay Vice President Sara about sa controversial na 125 million. Alright, ito na ho, pakinggan na po natin. Oy, ayaw mag-play. 41 million viewers in the house. Miguel, shout out.
Gutierrez, my apologies. Barry was the former spokesperson of former Vice President Lenny Robredo. Attorney Barry, good morning to you.
Good morning, Karen.
All right, you have to forgive me there.
It's okay.
Gutierrez. All right. But let's talk about this. Let's have, all right, some updates here. The Commission on Audit has spoken and it upheld the legality of the confidential funds that was transferred to the office of the Vice President in 2022 coming from the contingent funds. Number two, the COA report reveals that the 125 million pesos was spent in 11 days, not 19 days. That's roughly 11 million a day. Your general thoughts first on this.
Well, first of all, I'd be interested to see how the COA justify the transfer.
Yan, wait lang ha, wait lang. Nag-commercial mga ka-action. Naputol, nag-commercial naman tayo, no? Bilis man mag-commercial.
As I've said several times through tweets and in other fora, the rules on transfer of funds is very, very well established, both in the Constitution, that's Article 6, Section 25, Paragraph 5, and the Supreme Court decision in the DAC case, Araulo versus Aquino. And for me, it's particularly telling that up to now, Congresswoman Kimbo, and I would suppose by extension, the COA, is denominating the transaction where 125 million was given to OVP as a transfer. Because if it is a transfer, there are very, very clear constitutional requirements as to that. One, it has to be sourced from savings. Two, there has to be a law authorizing the transfer of savings. And three, it has to augment a pre-existing item of appropriation. Now, I can't see how the contingent fund can simply be transferred to OVP without first declaring it a savings. I have read through every explanation they have started.
Alam nyo, sa totoo lang, itong napaka-controversial na hindi tinitigilan ng taong bayan itong 125 million. Una, ang nilabas nito, sabi, ginastos ng 19 days. And then later on, 11 days lang pala. And then pinaka-latest mga ka-action, mga kakamping na gusto ko malaman nyo, itong nasabi na kontrobersyal na 125 million ay hindi po ito dumaan sa Congress. For short, walang access sa Congress. Si Mr. President Bongbong Marcos lamang ang nag-transfer papuntang OBP na walang access ng Congress. Ano pong ibig sabihin nito? Ano po, binaypass na nila ang Congress? So, tanggalin nyo na lang po ang Congress kung kayo na lang po talaga ang masusunod dyan. No? Di ba mga ka-action, mga kakamping? Oh. Alin ang ano doon? Matatawag ba natin ito na legal, na hindi dumaan sa Congress? Di ba dapat bawat transaksyon, mga budget dyan sa OBP, kailangan muna busisiin ng Congress, imbestigahan kung para saan ba itong pera na hinihirit mo, kung saan mga proyekto ba ito na ipapatayo mo sa mga budget na hinihingi, no? Ayan. So, ibig sabihin na hindi ito dumaan sa Congress o walang access ng Congress ng pag-transfer ng pera sa OBP, sorry ha, nabubulol lang. So, para sa akin, parang hindi natin matatawag na legal. Parang sila-sila na lang siguro ang nag-uusap-usap. Ayan, Brad, tiba si Taba. Sir Brad, di ka lang, shoutout po sa iyo. Good morning, good morning. Ituloy ho natin ha, ituloy ho natin. Kasi kung ganun at ganun lang naman ang mangyayari na hindi dumadaan ang mga ang pera sa Congress, para ano pa na may Kongreso, tanggalin nyo na lang.
They have started to offer ever since this entire controversy emerged, maybe about a month ago. And they have not actually touched on that point, on whether it is savings or not. Secondly, and this is the issue that has actually gotten more airtime. Was there an existing item of operation for confidential funds? And again, if you look through the 2022 OVP budget, there is absolutely no item for confidential expenses. And I suppose the best reason why that is because VP Leni Robredo, who actually submitted the 2022 budget, because this was the last year of her term, did not ask for confidential funds. So how could Congress put in any such item of appropriation in the budget? So I'd be very interested in seeing how COA justified and concluded that its transfer was legal, given those very.
Ayan, Ma'am Brenda Martin, ayan, maliwanag na diktador ang gobyernong Marcos. Ito kasi ito rin ang naging issue nung Vice President si Attorney Leni Robredo, no? Itong kompi at ano, pero walang intel or kompi si Attorney Leni Robredo ha. Kasi nga po nung dapat na mayroon po ito si Attorney Leni Robredo, naging question. Wala pong gagawin ang Intel Fund and Confidential Fund nung panahon ng Attorney Leni Robredo. Ano daw ang gagawin sa pera? Sino ang ipapa-intel? And then for short, walang nagawa si Attorney Leni Robredo at hindi po sa kanya importante ang Intel Fund at Confidential Fund. Ang importante po sa kanya yung budget ng OBP para makapagpatayo siya ng mga proyekto sa loob ng 6 years na kanyang panunungkulan. At yun po ay fact na fact at proven and tested at lahat po ng may resibo ho. Nakatayo po ang mga nasabing pabahay. Diba? Ang mga pagtulong ni Attorney Leni Robredo sa mga maliliit na fisherman, sa mga farming, kitang-kita ho natin, sa mga mananahi sa Bulacan, lalong-lalo na ho noong time ng pandemic, si Attorney Leni Robredo ay sobrang pagtulong at nakapagpatayo ng libreng supermarket. Diyan sa Taguig, mayroon dyan. Sir Jess, nandiyan pa ba yun? Sir Jess, kung nandiyan ka pa, Sir Jess, mag-comment ka nga ho. At lahat po yan may resibo. Ngayon, kung gusto nyong malaman, i-search nyo lang ho. Ano ba ang ginawa ni Attorney Leni Robredo nung panahon ng pandemic? Lalabas ang katotohanan at magugulat po ang mga kababayan natin na nagtutulog-tulugan sa katotohanan na nagsasabing walang nagawa si Attorney Leni Robredo nung siya ay nanungkulan bilang isang Vice President ng Pilipinas noong 2016 to 2020. Pero ang katotohanan, marami po tayong reserve. Tuloy.
fairly glaring violations of the constitutional rule on transfers in this case. Now, on the point of 11 days being enough to exhaust 125 billion pesos, well, I'm glad Ocoa issued the AOM, because that's precisely the danger that arises in a situation where you have confidential funds unjustifiably being given to an agency. Because the thing with confidential funds is it goes through a different audit process. You don't have to produce receipts. There's no procurement. It's just a certification by an officer saying that these were spent for confidential expenses. So it's easier to dispose of it. And we see now exactly how that happens. Imagine 11 million pesos a day. That's a tremendous amount of money to spend at that rate. So I should think that explanation should be forthcoming. If there is an AOM already issued, then OVP has to reply. And I hope that, given the prominence of this particular issue, that the public, as well as members of Congress who have raised questions, are given access to the explanation that should be forthcoming on this matter.
Okay, let's break it down to several issues for our viewers here. In the beginning, the Office of the Executive Secretary, ES Secretary Bersamin, defended it, and he cited special provision number 1, saying that the president had authorized the transfer. It was coming from his confidential funds. Later on, we hear about this new animal, the contingent fund.
Yeah.
So the public was introduced to a contingent fund that apparently had 7 billion pesos in
Yes.
2022. What is the contingent fund? And when Vice President Lenny was in office,
Ten Brands Festival na! 70% off on copyrights. Gamitin mo na! Yes, gamitin ko na!
did this exist? Did you ever think of accessing these funds? What were they for?
Well, a contingent fund always exists in the GAA. It's a lump sum. In this particular case, 7 billion, which is not insubstantial. And it's really intended to cover expenses that arise in the course of a year, which were not anticipated by Congress. So what are the examples? If the government loses a court case and is ordered to pay a money judgment, obviously you cannot predict that will happen. And you get the money from the contingent fund. If Congress, for example, passes a law in the course of the year and creates a new office, which has to be funded, there has to be initial funding. Normally, they would include in that law a statement that the initial operations of this office will be sourced from the contingent fund.
Like, for example, a new department.
A new department, a new agency.
Okay.
Yes. Or, for example, and a third purpose, if the president, for example, schedules more foreign trips, more state visits than were previously anticipated, again, the travel expenses for that will be sourced from contingent funds. So it's really intended to be a miscellaneous fund to cover for expenses that are not anticipated or cannot be anticipated by Congress. So it's not a one size fits all fund. You just can't get money from it and put it anywhere you want. Besides, if it's a transfer, that is, you're moving money from this fund controlled by the Office of the President to another agency, in this case, the Office of the Vice President, that will still have to comply with the constitutional requirements for transfer. So it doesn't really matter if it's from the contingent fund or not. What matters is, if it's a transfer, first, it has to come from savings. And second, it has to go to an existing item of appropriation. So saying that it's a contingent fund is not a cure-all they seem to imagine it to be. It would be different if the Office of the President spent the contingent fund for OVP. In other words, they would say, there are these expenses incurred by this other executive agency, and we are the ones paying for that expense using the contingent fund. But here, they did not simply pay out of the contingent fund. They transferred money. And so OVP was the one who was able to actually decide where that money went. Besides, when they transferred to OVP, the nature of the fund changed from being part of the contingent fund to a confidential fund
Yeah.
under the OVP.
Oo. But then, the department
Ayun, ang sabi ni Ma'am Brenda Martin, ayan, masarap kasing gumastos. Ano ba? Ayan. Masarap kasing gumastos ng pirang hindi mo pinaghirapan. Sarap ng buhay. Totoo. 100% agree ako sa sinabi ni Ma'am Brenda. Aba, siyempre libre ang pera na yun, hindi naman sa akin yun. Masarap kaya gumastos ng pera ng ganun-ganun. Walang kapaabog-abog, walang kaabog-abog, walang kapawis-pawis na gumastos ng 125 million sa loob ng 11 days. Only the Philippines lang po yan. Wala po yan sa ibang wala po yan sa ibang bansa kasi matitino naman yung mga lawyer doon, mga official sa ibang bansa. Alam nyo sa ibang bansa, bandang particular sa mga parting malalaking bansa talaga. Once na may ganito na may mga sabit-sabit na controversial, na parang napahiya sila sa kanilang population, sa kanilang mga kababayan. Alam nyo ang ginagawa? Kusa sila nagre-resign. Oo. Totoo yun. Kusa sila nagre-resign dahil hindi nila matanggap ang kanilang ginawang kahihiyan. Oo. Pero dito sa atin, iba yun. Iba ang Pilipinas. Sa totoo lang. Iba dito sa Pilipinas. Sandimakmak na ang kapalpakan na ginawa. Hindi pa mag-resign. Kahit pinanawagan na ng taong bayan na mag-resign, wala pa rin. Alam nyo kung anong mayroon dito sa atin? Pakapalan ng mga mukha. Ganito ang totoong senaryo sa atin dito na mga iilan sa ating mga official na kahit mga sangkot-sangkot na sa mga controversy, hindi pa magre-resign. Ang kakapal na mga mukha eh. Di ba? Yun. Ang sabi ni Sir Jess ay ang pagala-gala si Atty. Leni Robredo sa buong Pilipinas dahil sa pag-aasikaso sa mga proyekto na kanyang ipinagawa, Boy Kigol. Ayan, hayaan mo na yan si Boy Kigol dyan. Ano lang naman natin yan, Sir Jess? Parang puro komersya lang siya dyan. Kasi kung ano po natin yan, wala ho tayong magagawa dyan. Yan ang prinsipyo ni Boy Kigol eh. Hayaan nyo na po yan. Huwag nyo na pong pansinin para hindi ho kayo dyan ma-high blood. No? Kasi kahit ano pong paliwanag natin dyan, talagang hindi ho dyan makikinig. Okay, tuloy ho natin.
the Department of Budget and Management, this is interesting, we're getting here. Secretary Pangandaman said, this is her statement. This is technically not a transfer. That, and because the release was funded from the contingent fund under the 2022 GAA and not from the budget of the OP. So the word transfer, of course, legally, this will matter because the Supreme Court was quite clear and the Constitution is clear. But now the DBM is not calling this a transfer. They've used other words. They've said downloaded to.
Sorry anak, madalas kang di napagbibigyan. Love ka ni mama.
The office of the Vice President. Won't that make it legal?
Well, first I will say that it's actually DBM that has, I think, the best grasp of this issue among all those who attempted to explain it away. Saying that it's not a transfer actually is a clever way of trying to get around the constitutional requirement, as you pointed out. But the problem with simply claiming that it's not a transfer is you have to look at the attendant circumstances. And in this particular case, money was literally moved from one account in the office of the president, the contingent fund, and given to another agency used and another account, confidential funds under the OVP. And the contradiction lies in the fact that even OVP itself, when they were asked in the Senate by Senator Gutierrez, they admitted that they were the ones who actually dispersed the fund. And as far as I recall, even VP Sara herself admitted that they complied with the reporting requirements for the use of confidential funds, which would seem to very, very strongly indicate that this was not simply a downloading where the funds did not move from one agency to another, but an actual transfer from one agency to another, where it's another agency which is now controlling the fund, deciding where it goes, and complying with whatever reporting requirements are necessary for the use of such
The
fund.
contingent fund, is that under the office of the president or is that under the DBM?
It's actually controlled by the president because it is a general fund that can be accessible by the executive, as I said, for a variety of unanticipated expenses. Yes.
So then if it's controlled by the office of the president, if it's downloaded or transferred to the office of the vice president, it would still be one agency to another.
Exactly. So it's a transfer because that's precisely the definition of a transfer. You are moving money from one item of allocation to another item of allocation between agencies. That's exactly a transfer. So simply claiming that that's not a transfer is not going to be enough. You have to show that the funds did not move from its original house in the contingent fund, that the control did not transfer to some other entity, in this case the OVP, that the requirements for reporting how the funds were used were still complied with, but by the original agency controlling the fund. But all that is absent in this case because OVP has admitted to receiving the funds, to spending the funds at its level, and then complying with the reporting requirements.
Okay. Now, the Commission on Audit has issued an audit observation memorandum asking the OVP to first explain where the rest of the funds were used. Offhand, I believe this was in the Senate hearing, I wanted to ask you this. The Office of the Vice President cited these expenses for the 125 million pesos in the 11 days. Number one, Libreng Sakay program, an Entre program, peace building in communities, Pagbabago campaign, 1 million learners and trees, Pansarap program, disaster operations. Now, offhand, there seems to be nothing wrong with the programs.
Yes.
Offhand, they're good programs. But would this qualify? Would these qualify as a special provision 1 states, urgent, unpredicted, unforeseen?
Again, no, because clearly these are standing programs of OVP. Tree planting, for example, assistance to indigents or whatnot. That seems to be the scope. These are regular programs, so they could have been actually allotted money for at the start of the year if they had been proposed. Now, I understand the new OVP is coming in middle of the year, but that's always the case with every transition. You can't propose new programs until your first full year. So that should have been in 2023. So they cannot fall under what is covered under contingent funds. In addition, this is the deeper problem. If they were transferred as confidential funds and then given to OVP, we have to remember confidential funds are not a one-size-fits-all fund. They can't be used for just anything. Yeah. There is a joint memorandum circular issued in 2015, so JMC 2015-01, which defines confidential funds and actually lists what they should be used for. In general, it's surveillance expenses. So payment for safe houses, rewards for informants, etc. And JMC 2015-01 is incorporated.
Ayun, di ba? Ang trabaho ng confidential fund, alam po natin kung anong ang trabaho ng confidential fund. Tama na yung sinabi ni Barry Gutierrez, sir. Ayan. Para sa ano yun? Para sa pag-surveillance ng mga taong halimbawa kahinala-hinala. O, yun no. At pagpapagawa ng mga safe house. Tama naman yung tanong ni Senator Rizan Tuberos. Ano po ang ginawa nyo sa 125 million na ginastos nyo sa loob ng 11 days? Kayo ba ay araw-araw nagpatayo ng mga safe house? Nasaan po yung mga safe house na pinatayo? Kailangan po na makita ng taong bayan ang resibo. Kaso nga lang ho, wala po silang naipapakita na resibo kung ano po ba ang napuntahan ng pera na 125 million. No? At maraming nanawagan na i-impeach. Pero alam ho natin na napakahirap matupad ang sinasabing impeachable. Dahil malakas ho sila sa Congress. Grabing pasalamat ni Vice President dyan sa Congress. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga kongresista sa todo suporta nyo sa aking magandang advocacy. Ang maganda kong advocacy, ang humingi ng confidential fund, intel fund, at sigida, approve agad kayo. Kaya, thank you, Congress. Walang kaabog-abog, makukuha ko agad ang mga nasabing budget. Maraming salamat, Congress! Ganon sila kalakas. Pero hindi pa po tapos ang laban. Malay ho natin, may mga may konsensya yung mga congressman na yan. Diba? Mayroon resibo deposit slip. Asaan yung resibo deposit slip? Sabi ni Ma'am Nancy Daraman. May galab shoutout po sa iyo, Ma'am Nancy. Ayan. Thank you for dropping by. Ayan, mayroon daw siya, mayroon resibo deposit slip. Deposit slip pala yun. Saan niya gin-deposit? Sabi nga ni Senator Centoveros, daig mo pa ang may sariling credit card.
Incorporated into the text of the GAA in 2022 because Congress incorporated it by reference. Therefore, it is actually a law which binds whoever has custody of confidential funds in disbursing and using these funds. And certainly, all these programs that you mentioned, that OVP actually cited as the destinations for the confidential fund, they don't fall under the allowed expenses. They are not surveillance related. They are not rewards to informants or payments for safe houses or vehicles or whatnot. They are regular programs. So again, that raises a very, very important question as to the propriety of how these confidential funds were used.
Ayan, Me and My Music, good morning po sa iyo, sir. Ayan, good day, Sir Jess. Sabi ni Me and My Music. But anyway, may maganda namang balita. Itong ating buboses dito, ating pinagbubunga nga dito, no? Dahil nga ho, ito si Vice President Sara may natanggalan na ng confidential fund at intel fund. Pero hindi pa rin sapat sa atin na perket natanggalan siya ng confidential fund at intel fund, tatakpan na lang ang nasabing controversial na 125 million. Kapag mapatunayan, kailangan niyang managot. Kung kailangan na i-impeach, sana po ay maging ano na po ang Congress, no? Sa Congress kasi yan ang diferensya. Kapag hindi sang-ayon yung Congress, kapag 100% ang Congress sa kanya lahat, walang impeach na mangyayari. Pero, people power, wala nang kuro Congress, wala nang presidente kapag people power na. Ayan, baka umasa ng balota ang mga buhaya sa Congress. Baka umasa ng mga balato pala balato. Ayan.
Were used in addition to the question as to whether sourcing them from the contingent funds in the first place was justified given the nature of the expenses that they eventually ended up funding.
Okay, so let's break that down because there are two issues here. Number one, the spending of the 125 million pesos, according to you, does not fall under even the definition of what a contingent fund can be used for. These programs that the Office of the Vice President mentioned in the Senate when they asked them, where did you spend the money? That's what they said. So that's one. It doesn't qualify as a contingent fund, but neither does it qualify as a confidential fund use.
Yes.
So, whether contingent or confidential, you can't use them for programs regardless how good your intentions are.
Yes, because that's right. Because, you know, if you have new proposals for programs, the proper route is to propose them to Congress. So if they really wanted to implement them before the end of 22, they should have gone back to Congress and asked for a supplemental budget. That was the proper route.
what can it be labeled? I mean, here you are, your incoming vice president, and then your previous president had no money, no confidential funds. I mean, we know that,
Yes.
right? All the projects of the OVP under Robredo were technically funded by the private sector or civil society. So here you are, you're coming in. You have good ideas, right? Ayaw mo naman na sa 6 months wala kang gawin. Diba?
Yeah.
Put yourself in her shoes. What
Well-
would have been though? What was the way to do it?
Well, just to be clear, she got when VP Lenny left office, she left around 55% of her budget.
Which was
And spent about 400 million. About 400 million pesos.
meron pa
So,
doon. Pero
meron.
hindi yun pang ano, hindi yun pang sweldo, hindi yun MOEE.
well, it's a combination of both. I don't know exactly how much would go to personal salaries, but obviously that would form part of that. But you know, it's 400 million, and part of that would have been money that were still allocated to the thing Sela was citing, the good governance program, which is a catch-all program to cover buhay, COVID operations, and so on and so forth. So there was money. So it's not as if it's zero. But to answer your question,
Ang bawat baso ng tang ay siksik sa vitamin C, D, and zinc.
if you want
Ayun, Ma'am Gigi, good morning. Good morning, Ma'am Gigi. Ayan, nandyan na yung iyong palalabs dyan. Na si Buy Kigol, ayan, ikaw nang bahala dyan sa iyong palalabs kung paano mo siya ma-explain kung ano ba ang tama. Ayan, Ma'am Gigi, good morning ho sa'yo dyan, ha. Ayan, nagkita ho tayo sa kagabi sa live ng ating mga vloggers, no? Ayan.
if you wanted, for example, to initiate new programs, you had these great ideas. The route to go is either you wait for the next year, or if you're really in a rush, you want to start immediately, you go to Congress and you say, we need a supplemental budget for these programs, which I want to implement immediately. And you know, it's not as if they will have a problem in Congress. Don't they have a super majority? Aren't they allied with the leadership? So I can imagine that, fine, it will require a law being passed. So it might take a few weeks because of the regular processes in Congress. But it's not impossible. That was the route that should have been taken. But instead, they go through this questionable route. And again, I've been asked, why did they want confidential funds when clearly it's not applicable in this case? I think one of the answers of VP Sara in the Senate was telling. She said it will afford us flexibility.
Yeah.
She said that, and that is a dangerous attitude to take because it emphasizes that confidential funds, which normally should be used for surveillance, for national security, similar objectives, because of the way that they are audited, because of the lesser requirements that you have to produce in reporting and accounting for these funds. In practice, they are sometimes used for flexibility.
Yeah.
So it's to avoid oversight. It's to avoid the strict requirements. And the net result of that kind of attitude is, one, the 11 days where you saw 125 million spent just like that. And two, now every agency wants confidential funds, even if there is nothing in their mandate that would seem to indicate that they require surveillance or anything similar.
Okay. Attorney Gutierrez, I've asked some senators this, frankly speaking. Are confidential funds now being given, frankly, for political accommodation?
Well, I don't know whether that's the ultimate objective, but certainly that's a possibility, precisely because of the lack of safeguards with respect to the use and disbursement of confidential funds. At the minimum, I will go as far to say that, well, they're being used improperly as a flexibility fund. But there is certainly the danger that at some point, because of this lack of oversight, they will wind up becoming.
Sige po, Sir Al Ulalya, ha. Maraming salamat po, Sir. Ingat ka po dyan, Sir Al Ulalya. Ayan. Ayan, nandito rin si Ma'am Nina Servano. Ayan, morning is weaving. Excuse. Ayan, Ma'am Nina Servano, may galab shoutout po sa iyo. Good morning po, no? Good morning. Thank you for dropping by, Ma'am Nina. Ayan.
Corruption funds, as you said, for political accommodations, for non-public service related expenses, and that's really a danger. That's why in this entire issue that has emerged, moving forward, one of the things that Congress itself has to revisit is the propriety of actually disbursing confidential funds to just any agency, and what the mechanisms for oversight that are in place are, and whether they are still sufficient, given the way that they have apparently been misused.
All right. Now, during the time of former President Aquino, the late president, if we remember, of course, you had officials being charged when this was brought to the Supreme Court. This was the DAP. It was clear, right, how agencies can transfer funds. That's the decision that came out. The Supreme Court said, I believe, what year was this, Attorney Barry?
I think 2015? Yeah, 2015.
The Supreme Court saying you can only transfer coming from savings or move within the agency basta may line item. Kumbaga hindi ka mag-invento ng paggagastosan. So tatlong bagay yon. Can this be brought before the Supreme Court? Will this have a fighting chance in the Supreme Court if a civil society member, if an advocate takes this to the Supreme Court and cites the Supreme Court decision on the DAP?
I definitely think that there are very, very strong grounds to actually take this to the Supreme Court. And I think given the clarity of rules, as you pointed out, the provision in the Constitution is clear. The Araulo, the DAP ruling is extremely detailed. So I would think that, yes, this has more than a fighting chance, just basing it on the legal issues involved.
All right, last words, Attorney Gutierrez.
Well, I think that this once again underscores the importance of all these rules we have governing the use of public funds, governing the budget. These are not just technical rules, but these are rules intended to ensure two things: transparency and accountability. And really, the idea of confidential funds, a very, very opaque kind of fund, a lump sum, you don't know where it's going, the reporting requirements are very loose. That's a danger to this entire system. So we cannot just let this pass by. I mean, the amount of money spent in so short a time and no answers whatsoever, no explanations being offered. Any citizen should be troubled by that. And I hope that in the coming days, you now have this COA AOM, more light will be shed. Hopefully, OVP itself, the Vice President, will speak up, because after all, it's her integrity on the line, it's her face on the line, and so far they have not really stepped up to the plate here to give an explanation. It's been other people talking, Congresswoman Kimbo, DDM, the Executive Secretary, but now that there is already specific question coming from COA, I hope they shed light on this matter, because after all, that's what we're interested in: where our money went, how it was spent, and whether it was spent properly.
All right. On that note, Attorney Barry Gutierrez, thank you for joining me on Get Start today. Thank you, sir.
Always a pleasure, Karen. Good morning.
All right. Narinig nyo na po, ha. Dati po yung spokesperson ni Attorney Lenny Robredo, si Barry Gutierrez, ho, mga ka-action. So narinig nyo na po, gin-share ko lang ho sa inyo ang kanyang naging mensahe dito sa kay Vice President Sara Kim, no? Muli, tayo po ay magsama-sama araw-araw sa ating paglalayag, at naghihingi po ako ng sorry na madalas po tayong late, ha. Kasi po, marami po tayong ginagawa on the spot. Kaya sabi ko nga, kinig lang her, maraming salamat, may lang patapos na rin. Oh. Ayan. Eksaktuhin ko lang ito 1 hour. Ayan, magtuking-tuking muna kami dito. Oo. Ayan, basta ang masabi lang ho natin, masabi lang ho natin, wag po tayo matakot. Wag po tayo matakot dahil ang nakasalalay ho dito, pira ho natin. Kaya may karapatan ho tayo na magtanong kung nasaan po ang resibo na kung kaya patunayan na sa taong bayan na may mga resibo ang lahat ng pera na hinihingi nyo na budget. Ayan, Jailo Vlog, sabi ni Sir Bern Bebora. Ayan. Ayan. Bakit ayaw na mag-drag nitong comment section ko eh? Ayaw niya mag-drag. Ayan. Ayan, laging late. Bakit kaya late? Itanong mo sa akin, ako iyong mahal. Basta mga ka-action, mapayo ko lang ho sa inyo. Huwag ho tayo tumigil sa pag-iingay. Hindi ho tayo mamamatay sa ating pag-iingay. Dahil wala naman po tayong inaano dyan. Mamamatay ka lang kung gumagawa ka ng issue na walang katotohanan. Nandito na rin si Mami Om. Mami Om, good morning. ATM Jess Bern. Belora, sabi ni Mami Om. Wala na yata si Sir Jess. Ayan. And Mami Om, good morning po. Ayan, enjoy ka po sa iyong paglalakbay sa iba't ibang parte ng mundo, ha. Ayan, shout out mo muna natin yung ating mga kaibigan magmula sa Australia na si Ma'am Super Ma'am G. And then also na magmula naman sa Japan na si Ma'am Rosana Naromi. Mega love shout out po sa lahat po ng mga viewers natin sa mga nagre-replay ng ating live. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Alright. Ayan. Wait lang ha, wait lang. Ayan. Ayan, 74 million viewers in the house. Mega love shout out Kigul. Correct. Bakit? Anong sabi ni Kigul? May sinabi ba si Kigul na tama na? May tama ba na sinabi si Kigul dyan? May sinabi ba? Ayan, Ma'am Nanaan, mega love shout out. Nanatili pa naman si Ma'am Nanaan dyan. Ma'am Marical Baldonado, ayan, tama, ipaglaban. Ayan, paglaban ang ating karapatan. Ayan. Tama po. Ma'am Maricar, mega love shoutout po sa iyo. Maya ka na mag-end. Ayan. Ayan, tamaan sana kayo ng kidlat at mga tagapagtanggol ng mga magnanakaw. Maya ka na mag-end. Order of the court. Your life is extended. Ayan, OTW na ko sa school. Okay, Ma'am Nanaan, maraming salamat. Mag-ingat ka po, Ma'am Nanaan, ha? Ayan, tapusin natin ang nasimulan para sa ikabubuti ng bayan. Di ba? Ang ganda ng message ni Sir Brad. Sir Brad, good morning. Ayan, kakanta muna ako, ha? Kakanta ako. Minsan na darama, kaibigan, ang problema. Minsan nahihirapan ka bumili ng bigas. Tumingin ka lang kay BBM. Baka sakaling ikaw ay mabigyan. Ang bihira namang administrasyon nito. Walang ginawa to sa mga taong bayan kung hindi kamkamin ang pera ng bayan eh. Confidential dito, Intel Fund dito. Agoy, kanta pa moro. Bagong Pilipinas, bagong kawat. Bagong kawat. Alam niyo ba yung words na kawat? Sa hindi pa po nakakaintindi ng kawat, is a word from Masbat. Kawat. Kawatan. Gayon. Ayan. Mayroon na pala tayong 6 minutes na lang and then mag-ano na ho tayo, ha? Magbayo-bayo na ho tayo. Saan man kayo sulok ng mundo, sana po ay nasa mabuti pa yung kalagayan. 74 million viewers sila. So, sige, kakantang ko kayo. Isa lang ha, isa lang ang copyright ko. Ayan, kakantang ko kayo ha. Para matuwa naman si Boy Kigol. Ayan. Alright, sa mga nagre-request ho, gusto ko lang ho ipaliwanag sa inyo. Wag po kayong magalit sa akin ha. Bilang isang host at bilang nirerespeto ko kayo ng mga viewers. Sa mga nagre-request po na i-block si ganito, si ganyan, I'm sorry po. Hindi ko po magagawa yun. Sorry po ha. Wala po, hindi ko po ibig sabihin na hindi ko sila i-block is kinakampihan ko na. Ito po ang programa natin. Ito po ang panahon para magpahayag kayo ng inyong mga saloobin, ng inyong mga comment. Ngayon, kung pinapasok ho tayo ng mga trolls, yun ang time nyo na ipaliwanag ang side nyo para mabasa nila. Yun yung punto natin doon. Huwag ho natin i-block. Kasi sila ho ay talagang naghahanap din ng ano. Kasi pumunta ho sila dito para makinig. Kaya sa inyo, tagapakinig ko. Hindi perkit mga kakamping kayo, isinuportahan nyo ako. Kung hindi ang pinunta nyo dito, para makinig kung ano po ang mga ilalabas natin dito ng mga ano. Kaya wag po sumama ang loob nyo. Yan yung time ho na ipaliwanag nyo sa mga taong tulog. Ngayon, kung matapos po kayo magpaliwanag, halimbawa dito kay Boy Kigol, matapos kayo magpaliwanag na tama naman ang paliwanag nyo at patuloy pa rin siya na nakikipag-anuhan na wala naman katuturan, wag nyo na pong patulan. At least nagpaliwanag ho kayo. Ganun po yun. Ha? Kaya, sorry mga followers ha, sa mga nagre-request. Kasi, kahit ano pa man ang mangyari, Pilipino pa rin tayo. Dugo at dugo pa rin tayo ng mga Pilipino. Nagkataon nga lang na magkaiba ang kulay na ating sinusuportahan. Kaya, sana, kunting ano na lang po ha. Kaya, sorry po sa inyo na nagre-request kung bakit hindi ko siya binablock. Karapatan niya po yun. 'Di ba? Nasa malayang bansa ho tayo. Kaya karapatan natin. Kagaya ko, karapatan ko ang magboses. Oo. Alam niyo po ba kung gaano kadelikado itong ginagawa ko? Mukha ko ang nakabalandra diyan. Oo, mukha ko nakabalandra. Kaya nagpapasalamat din ako sa todo suporta niyo dito sa aking programa. Na kahit sabihin natin na buhay ko ang nakataya dito, wala akong pakialam at hindi ho ako natatakot. Hindi po ako natatakot. Paninindigan ko kung anong trabaho na pinasok ko. Hanggat wala ho akong ginagawang mali, hindi po ako natatakot. Dahil hindi ho mali ang gumawa, hindi po mali ang magboses sa gobyernong mga tulog. Karapatan ho natin yan. Kaya doon sa mga nagsabi na i-block, I'm sorry ha, basta sabi ko lang sa inyo, mahal na mahal ko pa rin kayo. Anuman ang kulay. Kaya Boy Kigol, ikaw Boy Kigol, pasaway ka talaga ha. Ayan. Kung gusto mong maging jowa yan si JJ, umanib ka na sa kakamp. Ha? Diba? Sige, isang kanta na lang para mag-sign up ha. Para isa lang ang aking mabura ha. Ayan, salamat po talaga sa inyo ha. Sana naintindihan nyo po ha sa mga nagre-request. Sana maintindihan nyo po ang side ko bilang host. Alam ko naman na mabilis po kayo makaunawa sa mga sinasabi ko. Kaya maraming salamat po sa inyo. Alright, ang kantang ito para sa inyong lahat ha. Para maano tayo. Isang kanta lang. Ma'am Nanaan, maraming salamat po Ma'am Nanaan. Pwede muna po akong dyan. Kahit ano na po. Kasi magtatapos na. Million viewers in the house. Big love shout out po sa inyong lahat dyan. Yeah, this song is dedicated to each and everyone of my heart. hindi malaga makita maging sino ka. Pakpak. Alright, oh, ito, isa pa. Isa pa. O, ayan, may ano pa tayo, isa. Kunti lang, palagpasin natin kunting isang oras. Isa pa. Ayan. Isa pa. Isa pa daw. Ayan. Magpalakpak man kayo dyan. Ay, sakitan akong ngalang-ngalang niya. Huwag nagpalakpak ang akong mahal dyan ba, si Mayla. Magpalakpak ka, Mayla ha. Ma'am Rod Harris, good morning po. Ma'am Rod, sorry, ngayon lang kita nakita pa po. Good morning po sa iyo dyan. Thank you for dropping by. Ayan, last song. Last song ha? Last song. Me and my music, maraming salamat po sa iyo. Magpalakpak kayo dyan ha. Palakpak na lang, gisihilig ko. Ayan. Ayaw ko nga, ayaw ko malakpak. Na, ayaw ng Mayla magpalakpak. Hindi niya na gusto. Sa buhay natin, mayroong isang mamahalin, sasambahin. Sa buhay natin, mayroong isang bukod ang isa lahat, at iibigin ng tapat. Ngunit sa isinasadyang pagkakataon, at para bang ika'y nilalaro ng panahon, may ibang magkikilala, at sa unang pagkikita, may tunay na pag-ibig na madarama. Bakit ba hindi ka nakilala na ako'y malaya pa, at hindi ngayon ang puso ko may kapiling na? Bakit ba hindi ka nakilala na ako'y nag-iisa? Sino ang iibigin? Ikaw, Sara. Di mo napapansin sa bawat araw na kasama mo siya, kapiling kanya. Bawat sandali, punong-puno ng ligaya at saya. Damdamin ay iba, at sa di sinasadyang pagkakataon, para bang ika'y nilalaro ng panahon. Bigla kayong nagyaka, mga labi nyo'y naglako, ang iyong mga mata'y nagtatanong ang bakit ba hindi ka nakilala na ako'y malaya pa, at hindi ngayon ang puso ko may kasama ka? Bakit ba hindi ka nakilala na ako'y nag-iisa? Sino ang iibigin? sinasadya pagkakataon. Para bang ika'y nilalaro na panahon. Bigla kayong nagiyakan, mamalabi nyo'y naglaro. Ang iyong mga mata'y nagtatanong at nangunod. Bakit ba hindi ka nakilala na ako'y malaya pa at hindi ngayon ang gusto ko? May kapiling na bakit ba hindi ka nakilala na ako'y malaya pa? Sino ang iibigin? Bakit ba hindi ka nakilala na ako'y malaya pa at hindi ngayon ang gusto ko? May kapiling na bakit ba hindi ka nakilala na ako'y nag-iisa? Sino ang ibigin? Alright, maraming salamat po mga ka-action ha, mga kakamping sa inyong pagsasama natin sa loob ng ating paglalayag sa isang oras na 1 hour and 9 minutes and 41 seconds. Maraming salamat po sa ganap na alas 11:58 dito sa Pilipinas. Tayo po ay magpapaalam na sa isa't isa sa ating live streaming today. See you tomorrow. At muli ko pong pinapaalala, saan man kayo sulok ng mundo, sana po ay nasa mabuti po kayong kalagayan. Mag-ingat po kayo lagi at maraming salamat sa todo suporta nyo sa ating programa The Action Man. Ayan. Bago po tayo magtatapos, nais ko lang ho i-shoutout ang mga bagong pasok na si Ma'am Olaida Cristo. Live hindi ko naabutan, di bali reflect ko na lang. Maraming salamat Ma'am Olaida Cristo. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Good afternoon na. Good noon na. Ayan, maraming salamat po sa iyo, Ma'am. And then nandito na rin si Ma'am Judy Gumbok. Ayan, doon tayo sa tama. Ayan, Ma'am Judy, maraming salamat sa iyo, Ma'am Judy. No? Ayan, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Sa lahat po na pumunta ho kanina, maraming salamat po, no? Ayan, patapos na ata live. Ayan, opo. Alright mga ka-action, maraming salamat po sa lahat natin mga viewers, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao all over the world. Ako po ang inyong lingkod, si The Action Man. Have a good day, everyone. Beautiful. Bye mga guys. Bye, see you tomorrow ha. Bye. Love you all. My love, maraming salamat my love. I love you my love.